Right, we're at Hardy's Nursery and talking to Andrew Philbrick, who is in fact involved with Candide, and they've sponsored the garden here that Rosie and Rob have laid on. A lot of people won't know anything much about Candide because you're basically a fairly new company into the horticultural market over the last few years. Andrew, can you explain what you're all about, please?
Yeah, sure. So Candide's been going since 2017. We are 4 years young, and essentially we are helping the gardening sector to digitize.
Yes.
I've come at this as a tech entrepreneur who's grown up in a beautiful garden in South Africa. And for me, this joins my passions together. Why Candide is needed is because, for us, the internet's reaching every sector. It's reached travel, it's reached restaurants. Restaurants are the world's oldest industry,
yes.
And they've been brought to the internet through apps. And for us, we wanted to help gardening connect with younger audiences through our platforms, but also help the industry to sustain itself, because as you've seen now with COVID, every business has to find itself online. It's got to find customers online, but itself a profile, because that's where tomorrow's consumer is going to come from. So that was really the genesis of the company, to bring technology and internet to gardening. And the last 4 years has been a journey of finding which model works. And here we are today with a business that now does three key things. It helps home gardeners to buy plants and services.
Right.
It helps people to visit gardens and helps those gardens to talk to its audiences through the app digitally, where many gardens before that were using pen and paper and very offline means to help them with being online. And thirdly, we help botanical gardens manage their plant collection. And those three things come together to really create a unified platform that helps plant knowledge and lovers of plants to connect.
To identify plants and find out what is growing in the gardens and the cultural information, I presume.
Absolutely. So if I paint a picture, let's say you went to a garden visit, Candide would help you to get your ticket, and when you go in the gate, you won't put the app away, you then use it to enjoy your visit. Yes, you identify the plants. Well, what's that plant? Helps the garden to take the labels away, because the plant identification is happening through the technology.
Okay.
But then, as you say, because it's inside a digital format, you can change it, you can give it context, you can tell a story. So there's lots of storytelling in gardens. Rosie used to told us a beautiful story of her nursery today. Every garden's got a story, even my home garden's got a story. It's an expression of my own life and what I want to do. And the app can bring that to life because it's got that audio visual context. And then because it's with you, you take it home and then you've got memory. The app's remembered what you did. And you can then do something to recreate that feeling or recreate that design or grow something that you've seen that inspired you. And then the app can help you find it as well online.
I was just going to say, so you can actually physically take a picture of a plant and then say, right, I want to find that from whichever nursery.
Absolutely.
And it'll tell you where to find it.
And we focus on the homegrown sector. So there is big plant selling on Amazon and eBay.
Yeah.
But what makes us different is we want to build it and just for the nursery and the small growth sector.
Okay.
So in the way that, food apps have focused on each individual restaurant's unique needs, we do the same thing. We're focusing just on plants and gardening. We understand the gardening sector unlike any other platform, and so we built it just for them. So we understand Rosie's garden challenges here at Hardy's Cottage Plants, and what it's like to post plants, what it's like for the buyer of plants to receive it, to have to grow it, to care for it. And so we do things that no other platform does because it's our single focus is this sector. So we cover the full garden journey. If you're using Candide, you should be able to know where to find the plants, how to be inspired, how to buy those plants, and after the fact, how to connect with people to help you grow those plants successfully. And then grow different kinds of plants. So it kind of builds a journey.
So it expands your knowledge and the variety of plants that you might want to grow and suited to your ground and soil.
Absolutely. So if you come into the platform, there's lots of people who are growing plants where you're growing plants. There's lots of people who ask questions. Everyone's friendly as they are in gardening.
Yes.
So it's a perfect marriage of what you expect to see at an event like this, but it's always happening online. It's not once in a while at a show. It's all the time.
So explain what you've done with Rosie and Rob in the sort of sponsorship, I suppose, of laying on their final garden that should have been at Chelsea Flower Show.
Yes, it should have been, yes. So 3 years ago, Candide was growing big enough that we wanted to kind of start talking to the audiences at Chelsea. And I knew Rob and Rosie from having gone to BBC Gardens World Live and seen them
Yes.
full form at the growers' tent. And I was like,
Yeah.
I love these people. And we then connected through some mutual contacts in gardening, as happens, right? So gardening's a small world. So we
it
actually
is.
had some common friends. And it came together beautifully. So it was their last Chelsea, our first Chelsea. And we had so much in common. You know, we love their British growing story, we love the perennial plant story of theirs. I am a happy customer.
Yes.
And, you know, Rob and Rosie are very forward-thinking people. So they understood that maybe Candy's not there yet today, 2 years ago, but it will be. And we've just walked this beautiful path for the last 2 years. So it was all those things brought together.
Wow.
And they've been an amazing couple to work with. And
Well,
I
they
think
are.
It's been a really great, fun journey. And today is just such a fantastic execution of that. I'm actually really glad it happened at their site because I feel like it's as best than it could have been elsewhere.
It's more relaxed.
Yeah.
There's less hubbub.
Yeah.
We're not having to put up with the pollen coming from the plane trees at Chelsea Flower Show,
Yes.
which makes you cough and splutter and sneeze.
And also you can hardly move half the time.
I know,
I mean, it's a
yeah.
beautiful, I mean, I love Chelsea, but this is just, you can savor this, right?
Yes,
You've been here for 3 hours and it's just such an experience.
Andrew, thank you so much for speaking to the Silver Surfers community. I've learnt a lot, and I hope you guys will too. Thank you.
Very much.